recording. Okay, welcome. So let's go. So I've just done a quick presentation, the intro on action change, and then we can talk about the different internship roles as well. Okay. Hang on. So, our new focus as a charity, we are still obviously non-religious, non-political, not-for-profit charity which is registered in the UK. So we are under the UK charity laws, and we act as a kickstart or mentor program to develop projects and individuals and communities around the world that come together to make them locally sustainable. So the project will be 50% us, 50% them, while we work with them. And then once they're sustainable, the project's completely there, so we hand back over to the community and they can run with it. Okay. So that's our mission. Literally, I've just gone through that, so we can jump over that one. Our taglines, so we've got supporting communities, tackling global issues locally. So very much of it's global issues, but working locally to tackle the issues, so giving them the resources to tackle it within their own community. And then as we move forward, and we're working more now with some corporates, we're transforming responsibility of the business into sustainable impact. So ideally where we want to get to is we'll have a business, a company, that supports every charity, and they will be like their mentor, rather than just donating. They'll be given some marketing advice, HR advice, all the departments to help that charity and that project grow. So that's our future direction. So we're transitioning from traditionally we were a fundraising charity, so we'd fundraise money, then they'd request it and we'd send them the money, and that was kind of it. That's all we'd done, and we wanted to do more, get more involved with the project. So our transition is to be highly recognised as a value partner that provides online resources, training and mentoring to local grassroots organisations, projects and NGOs that will tackle the global issues. It's a bit of a mouthful, but that's that's where we're heading. This is our priority as a charity as we transition. So you see there on the left side of the line, there's the low priority heading to high. So we do want to get to the academic support and grow projects, but we need to sort out some other stuff first. So as you see on the high priority is for us to continue with the core funding of our projects that we've been doing, and connect some corporates to the projects. That's our next priority, and then we can then start looking at bringing them the training materials, linking to the UN SDGs and the academic side of it as well. So we want to do all of this, but that's just our priority as a charity to make sure we keep the funding and the projects alive while we transition. So what would change with our new vision? Nothing much. We've organically grown to this direction anyway, and it was last year when we actually sat down as a team and put it down on paper, but we've actually been heading this way. So the only bits we're editing at the moment, especially for 2024, was our funding pots will become less restrictive. So before it was very, very restricted, as in location, country, project, partner. Now it's going to be a bit more open, so it's a bit more flexible. Projects will remain our main focus on our website, and we will continue our fundraising. We can't stop doing that because it needs to keep going. But then we'll be adding more professional resources and support, and hopefully less funding overall, because we're helping projects become self-sustaining. Okay. This is just our non-religious, non-political policy. People say, what does that mean? So we will still work with churches and government potential projects. It's just we will not work with them if they have any, like they are restricted just to religion or just to certain people, etc. If it's open to all, but it's run by a church or it's a government-funded project, then we will get involved with it. But we are just the way we roll is we don't have any set religion or political party that we follow as a charity. Okay. Working with orphanages, so there's a lot of stuff in the press about this, about should you work for orphanages, shouldn't you, all around child protection and safeguarding. You can't just stop not working with orphanages, so we do, but we have a very strict policy on that. So we just share that with everyone as well. So we've come up with a safeguarding policy that we make sure all of the projects that work with orphanages follow our strategy. And if they do, we'll take them on. If they don't, we'll help them get to that. But it's just to make sure we are doing our bit in safeguarding. Okay. So, what projects do we do? There's quite a lot, so I'm going to go through country by country. South Africa, as you can see, we've got the most on. We've got quite a lot over here. And it does range from conservation, so working with the elephants, the rhinos up in Limpopo Reserve, to the gang crime, working with children in the ECD centre and a primary school here down in Cape Town. We also partner with Two Oceans Aquarium Foundation, so not the aquarium, the charity of the aquarium that does the rescuing of all the turtles. So they rescue around 200 a year. We've then got also the eyesight programs and the women's empowerment programs. So we do like programs where women can come and learn to sew, learn the skill, and set up their own business after that as well. And we want to eventually extend that to catering, IT, and a lot more skills as well. Okay. Zimbabwe. So we've got a few projects over there. We have an orphanage that we work with. It's a unique orphanage that is actually a safe house / orphanage as well. So it's called SOS Village in Harare. That's a new project. We are in the middle of a solar project, which is half South Africa and half Zimbabwe. Cheryl's actually heading up there next week to sort that out. And then we've got the registering a child's birth. So a lot of children in Zimbabwe, when they're born, they don't get registered, which means they're not allowed to access education. They can't access healthcare. It doesn't cost anything to register the birth, but it costs about $10 for transport to get them to the city to get them registered. So we done just before COVID and just after COVID, we done 600 children through a grant that we got, where we took them all into the city and got them registered. We haven't done much since then, but it's something we are looking to do more of this year because they've reached out to us again. We've also got a STEM program, and then also supporting children attending school. So we work with a primary school. We do a feeding program, but also we're looking to do scholarships for them for once they finish primary school. The ones that actually pass, have a good pass rate, will then move on to secondary school. So we do that in Kenya, but we'd like to do that in Zimbabwe as well this year. Menstrual health. So we run workshops in Zim. There's a new product, where the cup, which is a silicone cup, which lasts for 10 years, and I think it costs about $10. So the plan is we will do a training session to let them educate people around the stigma around menstrual health, and then they will get a free cup as well. We've had quite a few grants on that one, so we've done quite a few projects on that. Child marriages, clean water, medical centre, they're also projects that we worked on recently just before COVID, that we'll hopefully pick up again this year. Okay. Ghana. So we've got the Women's Empowerment Programme, very similar to the structure in Cape Town. It actually runs from the castle, an ex-slave castle. They've got a whole project there, and they run lessons for women to do IT, sewing, and art as well. Then we have a school in Ghana that needs a lot of help that we haven't partnered with, but we will potentially partner with this year. And then also we've been doing some art lessons with the kids as well in Ghana. Kenya, so we've got our feeding program. So we feed, as actually gone up now, 362 children in the school every day. And then we do, so the school we rent, the school in Mombasa in Kenya is rented. So we want to fundraise to build a new school, so buy land and then rebuild the school there. We've got about 2 years before they get kicked out because the owners of the current school wants to sell the land. So we're working on that. And then we've also got the Access to Clean Water program. Uganda, that's with the Street Kids program. You might have heard of them. They were on the TV, I think last year, so they've actually got a bit more funding than they need now. But that program is Ghetto Kids, where the kids are doing, they live in a centre, and that centre provides them with arts, singing, all the different stuff they can do alongside that. Sri Lanka, and India. So I just got back from being over there. We've got a school, Samari School. It's a disability, it's a school for disabled children. So it's any child that's kicked out of mainstream school because of their disability. They can come to this school, and it's all self-funded. So they have people that help them. And they have around, I think it's about 80 children there now, all in different grades. They have different teachers. They have 2 teachers per class, and it's quite incredible what they're doing there. Some really cool stuff. We also, at the moment, we're funding the physiotherapists to go in once a week and help the children with their movement. So Mega, one of the girls, when she was stuck at home, she forgot how to walk because she's got muscle issues, and then being at home, not going out. So the physio's been doing some rehab with her, and she's just started walking, I think, last week. So which is quite good news. So yeah, some cool stuff happening over there. And then we've got the Asian elephants in Sri Lanka, and we want to do some more in Sri Lanka as well. So apparently, according to Phil. Thailand. So we have the Sea Turtle program in Thailand, and an Educare Centre that we've worked with in the past. We haven't done much with them. We only reached out to them again last year, but we might ramp that up in the future as well. Cambodia. So this is working with University of New South Wales in Australia. They're reducing poverty and inequality in the urban Cambodia, health programs and medical resources for a clinic as well. Nepal, we've got the animal rescue program. So they do a lot of neuting of stray animals. They do satellite camps as well. So they don't just do where they're based; they go all around Nepal, and they do around 200 to 300 dogs or cats each month. Then we have the boys' home, so the education programs over there, and the clean water as well. Lao is teaching English, so the new centre has been built and it opened at the end of last year. So we've got a new English centre working over there. At the moment, they're only doing paid lessons while they start fundraising to then start offering scholarships for the locals as well. Mexico, so Coco, we've got a stray animal program. We've got the barrier reef program. So the guys, they are reattaching parts of the reef that are broken off that they can reattach, and some of it replanting and doing quite a lot of reef stuff in Mexico. That's quite cool. And then we also have a community learning centre for disabled children. So again, there's about 35 children in the centre there. They've just had a break because unfortunately the lady that runs the programme, her daughter passed away end of last year, but she's just coming back to work this year. So hopefully we'll be working with them moving forward as well. Costa Rica, so we've got our eco school, very cool little school. It's a preschool and a primary school, and they very much focus on a lot of eco education for the children as well. And then we have our poverty and scholarship program. Brazil, it's a feeding program, so we've got a school there, and at the moment we help fund their feeding program. And then Peru, so we had a Jaguar program in Costa Rica, and is this right? It's not.
Hi, the Jaguars are in Brazil, not Peru.
I was just about to tell you that, so I'm sure this is wrong. She told me this last time.
Oh my word! I'm gonna go into this and change it myself.
Yeah, you can change this one. So that's Brazil, but we've not actually done much with them yet. So that's something we need to kick off again as well. But we've got the clean water in Peru and the rural communities. We've still got those contacts, but again, we've not really done too much with Peru since COVID. UK. We've got some of our global projects. The main one that's different probably is the Children with Cancer. So this is a charity that provides packs for when children get diagnosed with cancer. They literally from their GP are put in an ambulance and sent to specialist units. Don't get a chance to go home. So it's a team of volunteers go to them at the hospital, take packs to get headphones, little games and stuff to play, information packs for the parents. And they provide little holiday donations as well to get them away once they're in recovery as well. And then we have all of our global projects linked to the UK because obviously that's where we're based. US, again, all global projects, so global warming, reforestation, etc. Australia, two projects we work over there is the Indigenous. So we work with the university, setting up places for the Indigenous youths to meet and help them start socialising, because it's generally too hot, so they just stay indoors. So it's been going into like having parks that are sheltered, shaded, water available, etc. And the scholarship program is UN Youth. So the United Nations Youth Team offer scholarship programs to young people looking to go and do projects in Australia or overseas. That's all of the projects. Okay. I'm going to quickly talk through the internships, all the different roles. Now, I know you're obviously, I'm going to do all of them because we're recording, but obviously I'm sure you'll be more focused on the technical one. Okay. So quickly, there's our trustees, Heidi, Phil and Juliet. Heidi and Phil in the UK, Juliet in Ghana. Then there's us there. Hannah, I thought she was joining us, but she might pop on later whenever day. She looks Director of Marketing. We've then, these are the newbies that just come joining us as well. So Amar and Jean are going to be doing corporate partnerships. Andrew is our webmaster, so he joined us last year. He's just drop him an email and he gets stuff done, so he's very good with the technical side of stuff. And the other is our social media strategist, and then Lawrence, grant writing. Okay. Then the internships. So this is more interest for you guys. So the communications and fundraising intern, the first one's for global giving. So that person will be responsible for maximising donations and communication on that platform. So it'll be thank yous, updating projects, just making sure that we maximise what money we can get from that platform. Then we've got the one for the next platform, which is Benefity, and then the Big Give, and then the last one is for all the other platforms because they're smaller ones. Okay. Then we have the online communications intern, exactly the same but on our website. So they'll be writing content for the website, projects, etc. Then we have the web design and the technical element. So I split the two up because it was a bit confusing. This one will be more of designing landing pages, fixing the site. We want to improve the experience, so the whole web experience. So we want to make sure that our donation platform and what plugins are the best. If we need to change, we need to look at that. So there'll be research into that side of it as well. But ultimately, we want to make it a nice, easy, slick experience. There's a few things that we're already looking at as well, like gift vouchers on the site, making that much more slick, that kind of stuff as well. And then we have a videographer intern to get out there and make some really cool videos, and hope we can get our YouTube and TikTok and whatever else channels going. We have a really good brand. We have like brand guidelines stuff, but we're going to bring on an intern that will help make sure that the brand's implemented across all of the work we do, because obviously there's going to be a lot of people working, so that person will be responsible for making sure the brand's followed. Any developments as the brand grows, because obviously you don't want to keep it stale, so they will also grow the brand as well. Then we have a creative writing intern that will be doing blogs, reports, and writing all around our projects. And as you can see, that's quite vast, coming from conservation right through to community development. And corporate sales, so that's corporate partnerships. So it'd be knocking on doors with corporates to tell them what we do and get us making us more aware of the corporates. And then the last one's the PA operational one, which will help with all the operations. So that's them all. Any questions?
I don't think I have any specific questions at the moment.
Okay, cool. I'm going to stop recording now. So bear with me 1 second while I work out how to do this.